EastEnders spoilers, Phil and Ben Mitchell to blame for boat disaster? Here's WH. EastEnders will be rocked by a boat disaster which will claim the life of at least one resident, but might this titanic calamity be the fault of Phil Mitchell and his son Ben Mitchell as they pursue vengeance on Keanu Taylor? The return of Keanu Taylor, played by Danny Walters, in EastEnders has enraged Phil Mitchell, Steve McFadden, and Ben Mitchell, Max Bowden, as both presumed him to be dead, and they are now desperate to rub him out once and for all. But could their anger be the catalyst for the deadly voyage on the Thames? Keanu has resurfaced in Albert Square and is determined to leave on his own terms, rather than running out of town and living in fear of Phil and Ben. His return took Callum Highway, Tony Clay, by surprise, as he let Keanu into his flat thinking he was Ben, before Callum laid him out with a single punch. When Ben encountered Keanu he was just as surprised, but what knocked him cold wasn't a punch, but the realization Callum had been kidnapped by Keanu. Poor Callum is Keanu's ticket out of Walford once and for all, as he uses the kidnapping to blackmail Ben into handing him £100,000 in exchange for his safe return. Keanu had a stark warning for Ben: breathe a word of this to anyone. He's dead. Frantic with worry and racing against time to save his partner, Ben tried to lever the £100,000 out of the car business, but to no avail. Ben's fears are set to increase this week as he struggles to find a way to rescue Callum. As his desperation increases, so too does the rage of Phil, who's just back from Portugal. Both are determined to stop Keanu, for their own reasons, and Ben will start pursuing ever more hazardous methods to save Callum. Phil, in particular, will be consumed with an anger which will see him match Keanu's aggression. He will corner Karen Taylor, Lorraine Stanley, and make overt threats to ensure Keanu is aware what he's prepared to do in order to free Callum. But the standoff between the Mitchells and Keanu won't be resolved quickly, with their feud spilling over into the upcoming boat party. The Queen Vic will win a Best Pub competition, and to celebrate the Albert Square residents will pile aboard a pleasure cruiser on the Thames. It's on a night designed for celebration when tragedy will strike, as the Mitchells and Keanu final square off with one another. But will the Mitchells, in their fury, be responsible for the boat disaster? In their eagerness to punish Keanu, their fight might spill over into the bridge and cause the boat to lurch and collide with an object which holds the craft. Will it be the Mitchells who cause the death of an innocent, with Keanu escaping their wrath? There has been strong speculation Mick Carter, Danny Dyer, will be the unlucky Walfordian who meets a watery end. Some fans are certain they've solved a riddle which identifies the troubled Queen Vic landlord as the fatality. EastEnders spoilers, Ian Beale to kill as Bex Fowler drops bombshell over son Bobby? EastEnders fans are desperate to find out who will be the victim of the tragic boating accident set to take place on the Thames as the Walford residents celebrate the Queen Vic winning the award for Best Pub. Could the confirmed death be down to Ian Beale going on a rampage after his son Bobby ends up in hospital? Next week's installments of EastEnders are certainly set to be dramatic as the residents all board onto a small boat for a party on the Thames. Fans of the long-running BBC soap know at least one resident will perish during the 35th anniversary celebrations, but it's not known who. However, one of the latest spoilers hints Ian Beale, played by Adam Woodyard, will turn killer when he learns who put his son Bobby, Clay Milner Russell, in hospital. Ian's son has been tormented online for weeks, but the cafe owner can't understand the turmoil the youngster is in. After becoming estranged, Ian tries to make amends, but he is too late. Bobby is attacked by an Islamophobic gang who beat him up so badly he requires emergency surgery. Ian is devastated to learn how badly Bobby is hurt and rushes to be by his side. Meanwhile, Bex Fowler, Jasmine Armfield, watches on and is shocked to see Bobby beaten. She turns to Dottie Cotton, Millie Zero, for comfort and reveals she knows who has been abusing Bobby online. Dottie will encourage Bex to speak to Ian so he knows exactly what has been going on. Bex will text Kathy Beale, Gillian Tailforth, who passes the information on to Ian, who is desperate to save his son. But he will leave Bobby's side when he hears who has been bullying the teen and head to the boat party where the bully is. Fans are yet to find out who has been bullying Bobby, but with Ian furious over what has happened to his son, it's likely he could be driven to murder. Viewers will see Ian come face to face with Bobby's tormentor, but how will it all unfold, and will Ian be driven to murder? As things kick off, one resident will be left fighting for their life. Meanwhile, it looks like Bex could be left feeling guilty for not stepping forward to protect Bobby sooner. The teen is currently preparing to head off to university, but promo pictures from the 35th anniversary weekend she could be in trouble. Dottie can be seen holding on to Bex, who is lying on the floor wrapped in a thermal blanket. Will Bex end up in the Thames as she rushes to stop Ian from doing something he could regret? Actress Jasmine is set to leave the BBC soap soon. Could the boat party lead to her departure? The soap star previously teased to the Mirror, anything could happen. It's EastEnders, anything could happen. I don't want to give any spoilers, but it's possible.